Trickle-down economics.
How do you feel about that?
Trickle-down economics.
Do you believe in it?
Well, of course I believe in innovation leading to prosperity for a lot of people.
Now, there's something about the multiplier effect.
I don't believe in a zero-sum game. Some
Right,
people try to say, like, it's like the idea that, energy can't be created or destroyed, so that means we only have so much of something. It's like, yeah, there's that idea, and that's, I guess, a law of physics that exists that we think is a founding principle to everything that's going on, and I guess it is. But at the same time, there's the human part of this, where we can totally fucking change everything by innovating.
I feel like there's scientific worlds. There's physical, emotional, and there's even political. Because everyone wants to apply the same rules to the same, like, different situations. And I'm like, feel like you have to break it out.
Thank you. That's what I was kind of trying to say. You said it more eloquently. That I'm like, there's only so much, but yeah, there's different rules for different situations.
Yeah.
Well, with the trickle-down effect.
Yeah, I was like, we're talking about trickle-down.
Yeah, like, I mean, the basic principle is like, you can give a bunch of money to the people at the top and it'll eventually trickle down. I think in some ways that can work. I think it can. Do I think it always works? Absolutely not. Yeah. Again, when you have a system that's already rigged and broken, you have like greedy people at the top. You think if you give them a bunch of money, all of it's going to come down? My guess would be no. I think that's kind of what we did this last time. Yeah. Is we said, here are a bunch of corrupt banks that did cook their books, over-leveraged themselves, took a bunch of really risky bets, all at the expense of the American taxpayer because they knew there were these obligations that the government agreed to in order to underwrite these bad bets that they're making. Mm-hmm. And then we said, you know what, we need to bail them out and give them a bunch of money, and hopefully if we give them a bunch of capital, that money's going to flow back down to these markets and create, cheap, affordable loans for all these people so they can fucking do things. And you're like, wait, you're telling me that a bunch of greedy people made a bunch of bad decisions that broke the system, and now you're going to give them a lot more money and say that that's going to flow to all the people that they kind of screwed over to begin with.
And they got away with their golden parachutes, and they took that idea, and they have too much money to spend. That's my thing. You have so much money, you can spend it all, I guess, but they don't. I mean, not on the things that people would work for, like they buy things, but you can only buy so much. That's what I'm trying to say.
You can only eat so many steaks. You can only have so many Ferraris.
Yeah, and that only affects a limited amount of people. But when everybody else has a little bit more money, that multiplies constantly. It goes around in a big, nice circle. The circle is smaller at the top. Your money trickles down to that next layer, and it kind of trickles down, and then it fades out, I feel like. So then you have this whole base of literally the pyramid. Like, it's kind of like a pyramid system almost. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking of. I think I'm too drunk.
No, I mean, I think I understand what you're getting, and maybe this metaphor I'm about to use won't apply to what you're thinking, but what I think you're insinuating is, the expression, the cream always rises to the top? Mm-hmm. Well, if you didn't have the milk, where would the cream be? At the fucking bottom.
Oh, yeah.
You need the fucking milk for the cream to rise to the top, right? And that milk's like the middle class. They're the people that are really helping make things happen. Like, all right, so you have a great idea, you have a great product, whatever it is that you want to bring to the market. You need a lot of help to get it there. Like, so yeah, you could be the innovator, the person that is, like, deserves to kind of like get a little bit more, but you still need the rest of it to get to the top, because if you didn't have that, you'd be right at the fucking bottom.
Well, that's the thing. It's like your society that allows you to be that rich doesn't exist without that middle class.
Exactly.
Which is what you're saying, which is where I get kind of angry sometimes at people who look down upon the lower classes when they get to that level. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it always happens, but there seems to be a sect of people up there that are like, these people don't work hard and blah, blah, blah. And there are some examples where people are cheating the system or whatever, or not working hard.
But that's not the majority of people.
Right. And it's just like, you live in a country that fights wars for you to be that rich and protects your economy so you can make that money. And the poor people are the ones sending their kids to war to die for.
You have all the working class American people that are buying your products that your company manufactures. And if they weren't doing that, if your customers disappeared, where the fuck would you be?
Who do you think you are? It's like,